how we can create some of the reusable agents, right? Because people are now talking about agents and all, and a lot of companies are building different agents. So what if we can also create some of the agents? I will not write the code. I have all the codes ready. I'll share that with you. But what if we'll create an agent where some of the tasks which we are doing, right, which are like time consuming tasks, which we are doing, if we can go ahead and we can make it automated, right? So we know that there is a lot of buzz going on in your field of LLMs and chat models. So what if we can leverage that as well on our day-to-day task as a data person, right? We are aware, if you guys are coming from data world, we are aware that when we are talking about the data cleaning, it takes good amount of time. Around 70% of the time we are spending on data cleaning. And that will be a time consuming process. And at the same time, a lot of things we have to take care of. If somehow we can automate this, so in that case, it will help us to save a lot of time. But at the same time, we have to understand that as well, that if we are trying to implement this type of agents, will that be cost efficient or not? That is also very important. Because if let's say I am creating this agent and it is taking a lot of cost, so in that case, there is no point of implementing this agent. So there are various tools which can help you understand about how much tokens are used and how much cost is coming in. That will help you to basically decide as well that what is the ROI of implementing this agent in your workflow. So in this session, we are going to discuss about what type of things we can do using the agent. And at the same time, I'll show you one code as well, which has a front end. You can see that how it actually happening. And at the same time, we'll see that if I want to monitor something, for example, I created the agent. I want to monitor that whether the agent is performing good or not, how the flow is, and at the same time, what is the total cost it is taking in for doing these tasks. So all those things we can track as well. So I'll show you some of the tools which can help you to track those things. So let's start with this discussion. So as I mentioned, data cleaning is one of the very important aspects, and we are doing a lot of things like missing value treatment, removing the duplicates. If there is any inconsistent formats in our data set, we can clean that as well. Apart from that, if there are any outliers in the data set, we can remove that as well. Now, these are simple Python codes which we can run as well, right? Do we really need an agent? So the answer is as such, no, we don't need the agent. But when we have a complex data where we have to do a lot of processing, at that time, we will require agents as well. So this is like the use case which I am showing you. I as such may not need the agent because agent may have some cost. But we have to think broadly as well, because 70% of the time is going on in the cleaning, and you are hiring a lot of data scientists as well. So they have their salaries and all. So if I somehow use this type of agents, will that reduce that? Will that reduce the overall cost? Can I make our data scientists to work on some different important tasks, and all these data cleaning will be just taken care by machine itself? And we can have a concept like human in the loop. Once the data cleaning is done, I can have one data scientist who can quickly check it out, whether the data is cleaned or not as per the requirement. So as of now, if I think I may not need agent, but if I have a bigger company and a lot of people are working on the data cleaning and all, in that case, what we can do, we can create an agent which can work in a different projects, because see, as of now, we are not talking about only one project or one person. When we are going with a bigger size company, many companies will be working on many different projects, and they have their own data cleaning requirements. So what if I can create an agent which can be like a basic agent and which can be customizable based on the project needs? Something like an accelerator, right? Which can be plugged in any random project which you are working on. Plus, at the same time, if I want to customize that, I can customize that also, right? So that is really can be a good solution for. So now if I ask that is this agent important now? If I am thinking on the broader perspective, then looks like it is an important agent, right? If I have only simple tasks, single task, in that case, I may not need agent. So that is what I was telling you, that cost is what agent will take, the token cost. The idea is that you have to just find out whether it is a best fit in your workflow or not, right? So you can create a reusable type of agents which can be plugged in with various different projects. So manual versus automated cleaning, time and cost implications, that what we have discussed. So that is the idea. So obviously when we are working on a bigger project, you may need agents. Or for example, let's say you are working for one client and you created the agent, and now you can showcase that to other clients as well, that we have implemented this agent and we can implement in your project as well, and how positively it will impact, how much cost saving will happen, how much time saving will happen. So all those things you can highlight while you are implementing these agents. So you have to give the tangible outcomes that you created the agent and this is what the benefit you got. Now, what is a data cleaning agent? What all things it can do? Again, my data cleaning can have multiple aspects. I took just the basic aspects of missing value treatment, outlier treatment, like that. But you can expand this as per the project requirement. But as I mentioned, we will create one MVP, minimum viable product. After that, we can enhance this as per the client's requirement, as per the project's requirement. So AI powered assistant for data cleaning, detecting the missing values and suggest the treatments. So we can make it very interesting agent where I can say that I have this data and I want to do the missing value treatment. And what agent will do? Agent will see the entire data set. And in that case, what we can do is we can go ahead and we can, like agent can let you know that which type of missing value treatment can be the best option, right? Whether I can go with the mean population or I can go with the median population, or I can go with some of the algorithmic approach as well, like k nearest neighbor and so on, right? So if agent will suggest you for a better imputation of the data, then that can be the good option, right, to have. Next is identifying the duplicates and inconsistencies, right? So that is again one of the data cleaning aspect which we have, which we can go with. Propose data type conversion we have. Then we have the detect outliers and generate clean data set and comparison with the traditional tool. So basically, once you are done with the agent, you can go and you can do the data cleaning based on that. And then you can check with the traditional approach as well. And you can do the side-by-side comparison, right? That with the help of agent, how much time it took, how is the data quality based on that, and with the help of humans, how the quality is and how much time it took. Because the ultimate goal is to improvise the process and to make it faster. And for humans, you can go and give them some other task where it require more skills, right? So that is the idea, and that's what some of the repetitive tasks we have to clean. We have to do the implementation of agents. Architecture of data cleaning. So now again, as of now, what I did was I was I created very simple agent with a simple tool. So I used Streamlit, which is for the front end, right? It's one of the packages in Python. So we are using that for the front end. I was using LangChain and OpenAI API. Now, when I want to create an agent, there are various different what do you say frameworks are available for implementing the agents, right? LangChain is one of the most popular frameworks which we have, and it has one more advanced version called LangGraph, right? So these are the two frameworks which are very popular for creating the agents. Apart from that, there are other frameworks as well, like Llama Index. We have Crew AI, right? Haystack, and again, a lot of tools are available. But this is like most popular, and this is what we have used. And if you are looking forward to get into understanding of how to create the agents and all in Python, then this is the package which you have to learn, right? This will give you a good understanding. So I was using that, and I am going to implement that using LangChain. OpenAI LLM is what I'm taking in, right? There are other LLMs also available like Gemini and Claude and so on. But OpenAI is what I'm using since start. And many of my clients are using OpenAI as well. So there are two large language models, or I can say there are two companies which are quite popular on creating the agents. One is OpenAI. People are using OpenAI models for creating the agents, and second is the Claude coming from Anthropic. So these are the two companies which are like quite extensively used. The LLMs of these companies are quite extensively used. So that is what we have implemented. Plus, I was using pandas for me to load the data and all. And yeah, apart from that, it just we can have some users approvals and all, which I did not implement till now. But yes, we can do that as well. Feedback loop. Once your data is cleaned, you can just ask user whether it is fine or not, and based on that, you can approve. Because I cannot give the entire control to the machine. If I'm giving that, then that's a problem, right? So that is what we don't want. So this is known as like a human in the loop type of concept. Okay. So now let's proceed further. Let's see what else we have here. I'll show you the demo. I'll go through the quickly to the code as well. So I'll take that later on. Now, what benefit we'll get? Faster turnaround time, which is important, which is the main thing which we have. Faster project turnaround time. Then obviously when we are depending on machine, human error will be less, right? Fewer errors, better decisions. Cost saving will be there, obviously. Time and money is the main thing, right? If it is helping me to do that, then we are good. And it is scalable. As I mentioned that I am doing data cleaning for one project. So I can very well do the data cleaning for other projects as well with the same tool which we have built. And that is what we are doing in, right? When I was working with Deloitte, we used to create a lot of accelerators, and we can showcase that to our clients that this is what we have done. And this we will implement in your project so that your project turnaround time will be faster. So it supports multiple departments, multiple projects, and that is again one of the benefits which we are going to get. Now, as of now, the tool which I have created is very basic tool, very basic agent, because this is just for demo purpose. But we can have the expansion as well. We can make it more powerful as well by integrating with various services like S3 bucket in your Amazon, Google Cloud Services, Azure services, right? We can schedule it. We can create like a pipeline which is automated that can be done. So basically, we can run a ETL flow where I can call the agent and automatically the things will happen. Data profiling reports for governance, right? So once the data cleaning is done, we can make it more powerful by creating a report that this is what we have done. These are the missing values we had, and this is what we treated. and these many percentage of missing values or this much outliers we have removed from the data set. So all those entire report also you are going to get directly from agent once the entire data cleaning is completed. We can integrate that with all the, as I mentioned, right? We can integrate with all the agentic systems like LangChain, LangGraph, Creo AI, and so on. And overall, it will be a powerful solution, right? So that is the idea basically. Now I'll show you the code which I have built. So I have created two code. One is having all the things like where I can do the outlier treatment, I can do the missing value treatment, everything I can do. And second code which I have created is only for missing value treatment, right? So here you can see that this is a quite big code, which is dealing with the missing value treatment. I think I need to just check it. And yeah, this one is your all, right? So obviously you should have understanding of LangChain, LangGraph. The main idea of this session is that I can give you the idea that these things can be done. Obviously, you have to upgrade yourself on the skills, and based on that, you can start building it. But the main use case for this particular webinar was to help you understand that whatever work you are doing in, you have to find out that what all bottlenecks are there, in which particular process I am getting a lot of, we have to spend a lot of time and efforts. And can we make it automated? Can we use the power of large language models and can we make it automated? Right. So that is the ultimate goal which we have. So let me show you that. Let me show you the first code, which is the entire code, and then we'll get into the missing value code. Or let's do one thing. Let's go with missing value first. So here you can see that it is coming in. So once I launched that application, so you can see that I got this particular page, missing value treatment agent. I use LangChain for the same. You can use any other frameworks as well. But LangChain, LangGraph, as I mentioned, it's quite popular and people are using it quite extensively. Just give me a second. I see some chats coming in. I hope it is clear, right? Konka, Karthik, what we have discussed. So here is my data. Here is my application basically. And let me show you the data. I created one dummy data out here. Just give me a second. So this is my dummy data. Right. So I created this dummy data for giving you the presentation. So here I have some missing values, right? So I have the salary as a missing value. I have the experience as a missing value. So I'll be loading this particular file in my application. So this is the file which I have. So here you can see that we have this particular data. And now what I want is I want to go ahead and I want to populate my missing value, right? So I can use mean, I can use median, I can use mode, any of the approaches. I can use mode for the categorical data as well, right? So if you are aware of all these concepts and you will be understanding it. So I want to populate the missing value in the salary column using mean, right? So now when I run this agent, you can see that agent is doing some task under the hood. Agent responded. The missing value in the salary column has been populated using the mean salary used for 75,500. And here you can see that I got that population as well, missing value, wherever the missing values were there. And I can very well download this, right? So that was done through the agent. Now how agent is understanding. So agent is not actually doing all these things. Agent is diverting, right? If you go back to your code, so we are discussing as of now the demo code. So if you see here, we have one tool, here you can see, right? Missing value impute tool, impute missing value, impute ARGS, right? On which column you want to populate, and that is column, and what type of population you have to use. As of now, I have given the option of mean, median, and mode only, but you can go with any what do you say, any algorithmic approach as well, like k nearest neighbor or something like that, right? So that is the option which we can give. But this is my tool. So whenever we are using lang chain, right here, there is a tool decorator which we have to pass, which can help machine to understand that these are the tools which are available to me. So when I'm saying that I want to populate the missing value, it will read this document string from the tool which we have defined, right? This is a function impute missing. It will hit that, right? So agent will go and agent will check what all tools are available. And based on those tools, it will go and it will execute that particular tool. Execute as in it will just ask, okay, run this function. The function will get executed. So agent is just directing that this. So there is a concept of agent and agent executor in the lang chain, right? As I mentioned, we have to understand lang chain, but the main idea is not to help you understand lang chain in detail. The main idea is that to help you understand that what all use cases we can implement using all these large language models and chat models. So agent is basically having access to all the tools. As of now, in our example, we had only one tool, which is a missing value treatment. So when user is saying, I want to do the missing value treatment, it will go to your agent executor. Agent executor will divert it to agent and says that these are the tools which are available. Agent will say that these are the tools which are available and suggests that this missing value tool is what looks like we have to use. So it will go to agent executor and agent executor will execute that particular tool for you, right? So that is the idea. And that is what running at the, again, it's not a simple code. A lot of things are written here, but the idea is that I have to give, you can understand tool is nothing but tool is like a Python function only. And my agent is giving an instruction to the agent executor that go ahead and execute that tool. And suppose just imagine, right? Just imagine if I want to do some complex calculations. For example, let's say I am a CA and I want to create an agent which can calculate all the GSTs and all the taxes. Now, in that case, if I can create an agent, then my things will become very simple. I can just ask that, okay, this is my client and this is the entire document of finance documents which he has given. Now I want you to calculate the tax for the same so that we can file it, right? So that agent will do because we have given the Python function which are calculating the taxes. It will hit that Python function and give me the responses. So that is the benefit which we are getting from here, right? And you can think of any use case. A lot of automations can be done. If I want that, okay, once you calculated the tax, now I want to go ahead and I want you to file that in the website as well, right? In income tax website as well. So if income tax website is giving me the API access, so I can do that also. So it's all basically automated end to end, right? That is the benefit which we are getting here. So here you can see the tool coming in and below you can see some agent call will be there. Here you can see that my agent call is there, OpenAI model. And you can see that I am telling that I have one tool available, which is the impute missing tool. And I am binding that tool as well to the model. Because if I will not bind that tool, model will not able to understand that these tools are available for me, right? So you have to bind that tool. So this impute missing is binded with your model. Now, when I call model, model will first go and check what all tools are available. And then based on that, it will use that corresponding tool. Right. So that is what this agent is doing. You can see I'm running the agent, calling the tool. And again, you can go through that. I'll share this code with you. Right. Now, let me show you the second code, which is basically having entire thing. So this code is working fine. Some of the front end changes I have to do, but apart from that, this code is working fine. This part of the data, which is current live data, is not working as of now. It is giving me some wrong information. So I have to fix that. But here is my entire agent, right? And in this particular agent, I have multiple tools. So now I'll show you the code. If you go to this code and if you search for tools, you can see that I have the impute missing value tool. I have the outlier treatment tool. I think these two tools are only there. Yeah. So as of now, we have two tools. One is missing value treatment and outlier treatment. Now, suppose I am giving a prompt that I want to remove the missing values. So in that case, what will happen? It will check the tools which are available and it checks this document string. When you are passing your tools, you have to pass the proper document string as well. Because once I say I want to do the missing value treatment, it will read the document string of this tool and it will read the document string of this tool. And based on that, it decides that which tool is the best tool, right? So document string is very important. If you are not passing the document string, it will not allow you to run the agent. They need document string so that from the document string, you will get the idea that which tool I have to run, right? So I hope this answer your question, Aman. Now after that, here you can see I have all the missing value treatments happening on the, what do you say? Uh, in this function, missing value treatment is happening. And same way here you can see that the entire outlier treatment is happening. Again, if you guys are not coming from the Python background, that's absolutely okay. My main intention was to tell you that these things can be done. Obviously, you may have some technical team. You may not be a Python coder, but your team will be a Python coders. So you can ask them to implement all these type of things, right? And if you're aware of Python, then it is good. I'll share these codes with the support team and they will forward it to you. You can just check it out, what's going on. Okay. So my intention is not to teach this entire coding. My intention was to help you understand that these things can be possible and whatever work you are working in your company, whatever task you are doing in your companies, you can think about what all things we can do, right? So let's go back to this application. I'll upload this data. So I'll browse the file and I'll upload the same data set. And here you can see that we have the data set out here, which is your name, department, salary. This part is still not working. My intention was once I do the data cleaning, I can show the cleaned data as well. As of now, this code is not yet completed. I'm planning to fix this. As of now, I did not get time. What all services and LLM model has been used for OpenAI for this demo? Only LLM chat model. That's it. How is the LLM utilized in this case? Again, same thing, right? If you go back to the code, here is my system prompt. You are a data cleaning agent. You can call tools, impute missing, treat outliers. These are the rules which I have given, right? Here I am giving the OpenAI API. I'll talk about the API as well. OpenAI API. And here you can see somewhere my chat model. You can see I binded the tool here. Chat model you will find somewhere here. Yeah, chat OpenAI. So here you can see I'm using GPT-4o mini, right? API key is passed. And then I have these tools available. It is taking these tools. I binded these tools because I have two tools now. One is your impute missing tool and second is the outlier treatment tool, right? I'll also talk about this API thing. So basically how I'm using OpenAI. So if you go to the OpenAI website, just give me a second. Yeah. So if you go to this OpenAI website, here you can see API keys, right? And here I have used this API key. I can create a new API key as well. And I can give any name and it will generate the API key for me. Okay, so this is my API key. Now, what is an API? API is basically nothing but OpenAI created a model, right? And they are giving us that model to use for our applications. So OpenAI API key is basically nothing but we are accessing the model, accessing the OpenAI model. I was using 4O Mini OpenAI model in my application, right? That is what we are doing. So you can create your account here. You can generate the key as well. It will be a cost, obviously, because suppose let's say I'll give you a simple example that I have created a chatbot. Right? Let's say I created a chatbot. It's like a chatbot only, right? The data cleaning is a chatbot only. So I am saying that I want to do the data cleaning, whatever. And here is the OpenAI API, which is what we are accessing. So it will hit the OpenAI API. Machine will understand that what user is asking for. So this will be a cost because machine will have to understand what you are asking. After that, machine will respond. So that response is also a cost. So we have the input and output cost, which you have to bear. It is purely based on the models. Which model are you using? If the model is a heavy model, a very powerful model, they will charge more. If it is less, then they will charge less. For example, if I go to the usage, here you can see the cost. So I was giving one training to Infosys, and it was like more of a 1 week, 2 weeks training, right? So the training was around from, I'm not sure, I think in the July only. So it for let's say for this entire month, right? How much cost it involved? So during this time, right, you can see bit of heavy usage is there because during that time there was a training. So it's not a big cost, right? You can see here the maximum cost was around $2 to $4. That's it. 24 July during this time. $2. These are small dollars. Approximately it took $3 maximum. And I actually used a lot of prompts. I created a lot of advanced agents as well, which was hitting a lot of this thing. A lot of OpenAI API were hit, right? So still we can see it's not a very big cost. So if you want to practice, you can recharge. It's like a recharge type of thing. You have to do the recharge of this. You have to pay this ahead. You will see somewhere here. They keep changing this front end. So I need to just check in here in this. You will find somewhere the pricing for the model, right? So we are using as of now 4O mini. I think 4O we are using 4O mini. So this is the cost of input and output, right? Per 1,000 tokens, per million tokens, 1 million tokens. So you can see it's not very heavy cost. When the model is heavy, obviously the latest model coming in, so it's a big cost coming in. But apart from that 4O real time, you can see a lot of costs. O1 Pro is a costly model, right? So you can go with this pricing here and you can recharge also. There is an option coming in recharge. You can go with that. It is agentic AI, correct, correct. Yes. AI agents and agentic AI, again, it's different terms. AI agent is basically what? AI agent is nothing but it is more of a reactive in nature. When I ask something, it will do something. When I will not ask anything, it will not do anything. Agentic AI is basically, it will automatically give me some suggestions as well, right? Which is a collection of, it is not RAG based. RAG is basically nothing but where we are taking some external documents and read it. That is RAG based, right? I'll maybe show you that also. Give me some time. So the idea is that agentic AI is nothing but where we have multiple agents and they are talking to each other autonomously, right? So The tool which we have created, this data cleaning tool, is as of now AI agent, because I have only one agent which is doing everything. And when I'm saying, then only it is doing. But I can make it agentic AI also by integrating multiple steps as well. Okay. So that is the idea. This is again a brief idea. I can talk about this good amount of hours, but we don't have that much time. But yeah, that is the main difference, you can say. Anyway, so let me show you this demo quickly. After that, I'll show you one of the RAG based application as well, if I get that. AI agent should be developed in Python. AI agents, agentic AI, RAG based agents, all Python is the problem state. Python is the programming language which people are using. That's why Python we have to learn. There is no escape now. And many companies like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, all those things, they created their solutions and that are Python based solutions. Right. So Python is like now very, very important. So let's go and do this. Let's execute this agent and I'll show you. So here you can see I can pass. I want to do outlier treatment in the salary column. Right. So now when I run this agent, here you can see the entire log will also coming in. Here you can see log is coming in. I click on this. It did something. It called this tool treat outlier IQR. And now when I download this file, you can see that in this file, it did not clean as of now, I guess. Let me check. Do the missing value in the all numerical columns using mean. I need to check this. Maybe some bug is there. I need to fix that. Yeah. So this happened. You can see the entire log coming in. So you can see there should be yeah. So my missing value is done. That is looking fine. Right. So this part is done. Let me try to remove the outlier as well. I'm not sure why it is not working. I need to check it. Do the outlier treatment in the salary column. Yeah, now it is done. Now I think it should be no. Salary column. This is an outlier. This should go off. It did not go. Anyways, I'll just check it why it is not working. But the idea is that again, it's a tool which is generating and doing the missing value treatment and outlier treatment. Maybe I need to check why it's not working for outlier, but missing value is working. Okay. Now I'll show you one more agent. I'm not sure whether that agent will work now or not. Just give me a second. As you asked for the RAG, right? So I'll just show you if that is there. Because I cleaned my all PCs and all because of lack of space. Just give me a second. Let me try this. So basically I created one voice-based agent, voice-based RAG agent. See if it is gonna work. I'll just change my environment file. Just give me a second. Prep. See. Okay. Okay. Let me first launch and check it out if it is fine. RAG is basically nothing but I have some external document and machine will respond based on external document. And this came in because what happened was when ChatGPT 4 model came in, they found out that using the few short prompting, that means if I give machine an idea that this is what I am looking for as an input and this is the output which I am looking for. So if you are giving that idea to the machine is generating the response. So that is what they found out. That was not expected. That machine will behave like that after the training. That if you give some inputs and outputs, machine will start giving me that type of inputs and outputs. So that was the behavior which they found out. And with that, the concept of RAG came in. That if you can give me a few shots as a prompt and you can give me the responses, then why not I can give an entire documentation and it will give me the response from that documentation, right? So that was the idea behind the RAG. And now RAG is becoming very popular, right? So that is the main goal or main idea basically. Let me run this. Let me just check it. I'm not sure whether this will run or not because I did a lot of cleaning in my machine. So let me just check it. If it is working fine, then we are good. Yeah, I think. Actually, I did a lot of cleaning on my machine. That's why all this I have to reinstall. We'll wait for a few minutes, then I'll at least give you the theoretical idea. If it is not practical, I'll give you the theoretical idea about the RAG. Okay. I think it is coming in. So basically what I did here is that I created this hypothetical document, right? Which is your employee handbook. So I'll show you this. So this is my employee handbook, right? Which I have created. And what I am doing is I am asking question based on this document, right? For example, what are the office timings? So office timings are this. Let's check. Again, I'm not sure whether this will run or not because a lot of changes I did in my machine, but I'll just check it out. If this will work fine, then it is good. Okay, so let's ask, what are the office timings? What are the office timings?
The office operates from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday. Employees are expected to be logged in by 9:30 a.m. Lunch breaks are from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Did you guys able to hear this response from the machine? All right. So that is what the idea is. So this is a RAG based system. Machine is not trained on my document, but I gave that document and I stored that in a database. And now I'm asking question from that, right? So machine will hit that document and it will give me the response. What is the architecture behind this? I'll talk about that quickly. So let me give you the architecture. This is the typical architecture of a RAG. I have a document, right? I will upload the document in any place, like for example, Google Drive or something, right? I am putting that there. Now I will load that document in my system. We are using here, the entire thing is LangChain, LangGraph, right? So there is a one component in the LangChain known as document loader. So I loaded the document there, the same PDF, for example. Okay. Then I'm splitting that document, right? So I split it into multiple chunks. Now, why we are splitting? Because machine cannot understand the entire big document. So we have to break it, right? Break it and conquer. That is the idea of large language models, because every model has its own token limitations, that it can process only this much of token during that in one instance. So we have to break it. We have to split it. Once we split that, we will convert that to numbers, right? Now it will be converted that to numbers. This is known as embeddings, converting the texts to numbers. And then I will store that embeddings in the database. This database is known as vector database, right? Basically, we are storing the data into the form of a vector, and that is what we have put it in the vector database. Now user comes in and user asks some question, like what are the office timings, for example. So that office timings which he is asking, that question will also be converted to numbers. And then these set of numbers will be searched in the vector database, right? And then it will respond on only those pages which has that information. It will not give me the entire pages. It will fetch out only those relevant chunks which has details about the office timings. And that chunk will be added in the system query plus the user input. System query plus the user input is going to the large language models. And then large language model will go and understand what was the question, what is the response I have to give from this page, which was picked up by the machine while doing the search, right? And then based on that, the response coming in. So large language model will get user query plus the relevant pages from the vector store, right? That is the entire flow. This is the entire architecture for any RAG system, right? And that is what it does under the hood. And again, you can convert to vector. So again, you can use the cosine similarity concept and all those things, which will help me to find out and fetch out the details. Okay. System query is basically nothing but the combination of user query and the relevant pages. Right? User query, what user query came in. For example, I asked, what is my office timing? And what it will go and hit the database, vector database. It will give me the responses, the relevant pages, which consists of office timing. That will be going here. For example, let's say I have 100 pages. So in the system query, I will not get the 100 pages, right? I'm having 100 pages. In the system query, I'll get, let's say 2-3 pages only. 2-3 pages having that information. That is nothing but your, this thing, what do you say? Office timings. And user query is also there. What are the office timings? And here I have all the details about the office timings. So LLM will combine this user input and the response from the model, response from the database, and it will be passed to the model, and model will give me a proper response by reading these two things. That is what system query is. Correct. You can say that. What Ajay is saying, that it will give me a polished response based on the relevant information which we have. Okay. This model you can read multiple files as well. Absolutely. SQL database cannot be act as a vector database, but if you want to connect your OpenAI with the SQL database, you can do that. For example, I'll give you I will give you one more demo. Again, I reset all my machines, so I need to find that file. But let me just quickly check it. I think it's gone. I have to download from somewhere. Give me a second. Just give me a sec. Yeah. So I downloaded one code which I have in my Google Drive. Okay. What is this code all about? Let me get my API key. Give me a second. Okay. So basically I have one MySQL database in my machine, which has HR database, right? Here you can see HR database is there. So let me show you. So here you can see we have a HR database. Okay. Now what I want is I want to know how many employees are there. I will be running count star here. You can see that there are 107 employees are there. Let me launch my this code, right? This is again hitting the same database and it is going to give me the response from here. So let me go and call this. Whenever you are having the textual data and you want to store that, you have to use the vector store. In MySQL, you cannot do that, right? I cannot store a lot of numbers in MySQL. So that's why we need a vector store. But whenever you are having a proper structured data, in that case, you can use MySQL or any other databases, right? So here you can see it will open up one application. Ah. Okay. Anyways, I think I need to check why it's not working. But the idea is what I wanted to tell you, that if I ask how many employees are there in English language, it will go and give me the response, right? That is the idea. And why it is working, the reason is that because it has a structured data. So whenever you are having a structured data, you can use that and connect with the database and you can get the response. But if you are having a lot of texts or documents, then it is advisable to load that into the vector databases. Okay. Okay. So that is the idea. I hope this makes sense. Any doubts? Let me know. This is what I wanted to cover. And any doubts you have, let me know. If you are passing some other office timing as well, it will give me all the office timings. Whatever you are passing in the document, it will give me all the things, whether it's correct or wrong. You are passing that. So machine will give me the response based on what you passed, right? So that is your responsibility to pass the correct information in the document, because machine will give me whatever is there, right? So there is how it is. All right. Any other doubts? Any other queries? Let me know. I hope you got something new from this session. Any doubts, any queries, you can ask. How to convert this Python into model? What does that mean? Python into model as in? How to convert SQL query? Machine will generate the SQL query for you. When you are saying how many employees are there, machine will generate that. It will check what all tables are there. I have put something in the code as well, where it will hit all the metadata of the tables, what all tables are there, and based on that, it will respond. It will generate the query for you. It's a code only, it's not a model, right? You are saying that how to convert this to model. It's already a model which we are calling in the code. So we have to deploy that code. Well, model is coming from OpenAI, right? So we are just deploying this code in the system, in the production, and we can use that. That is the idea. We will not create any model. Models already we are using. I'll share with this support team. They will forward it to you. Any existing agent or plugin for specific use can be downloaded instead of developing. A lot of agents are there, but as per my knowledge, I am aware of the agents which are not from Python, but from tools like N8N and so on. So you can download that agents and you can run that. Python tools, Python agents, I need to check what all agents are available. But tools like N8N can help you to get some of the agents, which are pre-built agents. Can AI agent be deployed to an existing production? Absolutely. That is the main motive, right? Whatever work we are doing in the production, I want to automate that. I can deploy agent and agent will take care of that. So if the document gets updated with the new information, so it will, in that case, we have to recreate the vector database. Right? We have to drop the vector database and we have to recreate that. Can we store vector embedding in SQL database like images, documents? Not really. Not really. Because it has all semantic meanings, a lot of vectors. How many vectors we are talking about? We are talking about 1 million, 100 million, 500 million, those many documents, those many vectors. It's a big numbers. If you are having a small document, then you can think of it. But for the bigger documents and all, it is a bit tricky. So can we call these vectors No, vectors are not parameters. Parameters are coming from the OpenAI models. Parameters are basically the weights of the model, right? Vectors are just the numbers which stored your data into the form of numbers. Those are not parameters. These vectors database publicly for healthcare products or any. Yes, there are a lot of secure databases are also available. For example, Pinecone is there. ChromaDB is open source, right? Pinecone is there, which is secured. Facebook database is there, FAISS, right? So that is also there. If you want to be more secure, you can go with the paid versions. I'm using the free one, which is ChromaDB, because I'm using only for the teaching purpose. But when I use for the client, then it's client's requirement, what they want, how they want. All right. All right, yes, so we'll see you in the next session. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. I hope you got something new. Have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.